I'm excited to show you the story of Ann Pope from Flatbush, New York, who found 4 simple ways to help her community and the environment.
A lot of the work that we do is to kind of show people what's possible. What would it take to make that happen? How can I show other people what this could look like and get them to share this dream with me and figure out a way to make it happen? We have 4 main initiatives that we work with. We have an initiative called Urban Gardening and Farming. Community gardening is basically just gardening in the community. We plant daffodil bulbs around the neighborhood in the fall. We promote the greenery that's here. We have an initiative called Zero Waste. I became really engaged around this idea of what it would take for people to rethink throwing stuff away. We have an initiative called Energy Solutions, which really addresses this topic of energy efficiency in buildings. 4th of the 4 initiatives is called Livable Streets, which really is about streets as communal spaces rather than a focus of streets being automobiles.
It all started when she went to Germany on a vacation.
I was actually in Germany. We rented bicycles and I was really taken with this very sensible way of transporting ourselves. It's healthy, it doesn't pollute, it's fantastic, and I thought, why is this so impossible to do in New York City? So when I came back from that trip, I thought, I would like to do what I can to make a change. I love New York City and I love what I just saw in this other place. I want to try to bring those 2 things together. Bicycling was like my gateway drug to the environmental movement.
One of the first things Ann did in her community was to make fun and living spaces out of what used to be just a parking space.
We're standing on the corner of Cortelyou and Argyle Roads in front of the Cortelyou branch of the Brooklyn Public Library. This space right here with the white van in it is where we have our parking day event every year. The idea behind this is start a dialogue about public space and how it's allocated. Does it make more sense for this little bit of space here to be a place for a person to warehouse their car for the day? Or do we take it and transform it into something that's going to be enjoyed by many people, in this case for the day, but maybe beyond that? We have this wonderful coming together of cultures and intergenerational, all kinds of people who might not necessarily spend time with each other in the course of their daily existence.
We just happened to walk by and totally loved this. We spent probably the last 3 hours here painting. Instead of putting a car here, you're doing something green and you're doing something that's sort of community friendly.
Because Parking Day is very visible in the community, it's opened the door for discussions with the Community Board and the Department of Transportation. We're involved in the possibility of making a permanent public space in this location.
Ann's Parking Day event may lead to a permanent public space outside the library. Parking Day is just one example of the many events that Ann puts on each year.
I think Ann has a real ability to help people act and do good, but she does it in a very humble, quiet way. She's not somebody who stands up on a soapbox and says, "Come on, everybody, let's get busy." But she speaks from her heart, and I think people really listen.
It's the major issue of our time, combating climate change. I felt that this is something that everybody should be able to participate in and absolutely can.
Next week on The Hero Next Door, Ann is at it again. This time she's empowering her community to change the face of the neighborhood.
Sustainable Flatbush embodies what grassroots really means. It means to use the community members to facilitate effective change